Our demand is very simple. Number one, stop the April 18th AGM. Appoint an independent team to fix our broken policies and structures, as well as see through the necessary transitions that need to take place. Conduct a forensic audit of the Faith Ouko administration throughout their tenure. Let us have a church that reflects the honesty and transparency of Jesus Christ. We will not be silenced. We will not be discouraged. For the Lord our God is with us wherever we go.
A storm is brewing at Parklands Baptist Church, where rising tension and frustration among congregants have exposed a deepening leadership dispute ahead of the upcoming annual general meeting.
My name is Ruth Bolo. I have been a member of Parklands Baptist Church for over 20 years. I think this will be my 28th year as a member in this church. This morning we had gathered actually at Sheria House as disgruntled members of Parklands Baptist Church, and we have been writing to the registrar, and the registrar has not been responding. And so yesterday we notified the registrar of societies that we will be going. Upon arriving, we were not allowed to all go in, so we went in, just three of us. We were still not received by the Registrar of Societies. In fact, the desks were very clear. But we moved ahead and went to the Attorney General's office. We were received very well, and we were able to share the complaints that we've been having. They did receive our letter. They did promise to give us feedback, and so we're looking forward to get their feedback.
A section of worshippers describing themselves as a wounded congregation has come out strongly accusing church leadership of secrecy, exclusion, and manipulation in the process of electing new leaders. At the center of the dispute is Agenda 6 of the April 18th AGM, set to determine the church's next leadership team.
On behalf of disgruntled members of Parklands Baptist Church, we will start with Amos 5:24. But let justice roll on like a river, righteousness like a never-failing stream. We stand before you today not just as members of a church, but really as a wounded congregation, seeking the breath of truth in a space currently stifled by secrecy and administrative capture. To our fellow Christians across the nation, we raise a Macedonian call. What is happening at Parklands Baptist is a fundamental violation of the right to fair administrative action. And it is also unfair because of the democratic right of our people to choose their leaders without coercion or predetermination. We are sounding the alarm on a process that has lost its moral compass.
The congregants say the nomination process has been shrouded in mystery, with only a select group of insiders reportedly given access to nominations forms. For many members, this raises a troubling question: who really gets to decide the future of the church?
We are deeply alarmed that the unopposed nominees handpicked for leadership, including individuals with very serious unresolved integrity issues. Specifically, we question the suitability of candidates whose tenure at the EACC was marked by public allegations of office, malpractice, and bribery. The pulpit of Parklands Baptist Church must not be a sanctuary for those fleeing from accountability. In short, we are saying those who have got issues at EACC and have been suspended before cannot come and lead Parklands Baptist Church.
Even more concerning, they say, is the silence surrounding the list of nominees. With the AGM just days away, no official names have been released, no report from the nominations committee shared, fueling fears that leaders could be unveiled at the last minute, leaving no room for scrutiny or accountability. The group is now demanding a full forensic audit of church finances, and outgoing moderator Faith Ouko insisting that accountability must go hand in hand with leadership.
We are formally calling for an independent forensic audit of all the church funds managed during the tenure of the outgoing church moderator, Madam Faith Ouko.
Okay, for me, I'm the church moderator, Faith Ouko.
Yeah.
And normally my role is just to deal with business meetings, AGMs, and such kind of the church.
Yeah.
As policy strategy. Therefore, when this process began, we began the process 3 years ago. When obviously there was a problem that was raised by a certain group of members.
Yeah.
And then the church now, of course, embarked on ways of resolving the issues that were raised in that letter to the registrar.
Yeah.
And mostly it was just to do with elections, that they felt that it was not fair.
Yeah.
And therefore, part of the solution that was given, there are many other solutions that were given. Part of it was obviously to first to do a policy of nomination elections, and then another policy for appeals, discipline, and such.
Yeah.
So now, when the process began, actually the first policy is called the Appeals Dispute Resolution Disciplinary Policy, and there is a committee that has been set up to deal with that.
Yeah.
The other one was NET, that's Nomination, Election, Transition Policy, and also a committee was set up to deal with that.
Yeah.
So when this process began of nomination, members were told, actually it was not announced in the church, sent to the members. Normally the way we communicate to the members via email, via text, and also via announcements on the pulpit. So that was done, and then they were given a period of time. I can't remember how much period was given, but I think it was 2 weeks, if I'm not wrong. That one I need to confirm. For people to nominate for the different seats. That was done, the nomination was done, and the process was very clear because it was very confidential. The team set up a Google thing that you could nominate the people you want to nominate, give their full name and the position. That was done. After that, when the committee now came to announce on the pulpit again, that committee of the nomination, elections, and transition, the names were published, of course, as per the constitution. And then after the names were published for the different positions, any member, again, we were told as members that the appeals dispute and resolution disciplinary committee will be receiving any complaint from any member that feels that either they nominated somebody did not appear, or maybe you self-nominated yourself, but your name is not there. This process is normally very confidential, by the way. So for me, like if I nominated somebody and in a particular position, and I can't see their name there, it was my responsibility for me now to do an email was set up where we were meant to send those complaints there. And again, we were given a couple of days so that then they could respond to us. And that's what happened. Now, after that process, now the final names, remember whatever was given there was proposed the first time. And then now after the appeals, the nomination committee went through, if there's anybody who complained, because I'm not in those two committees myself, I'm sure people got feedback, and therefore now the final names are the ones that were published on the bulletin. So that's what happened. So in regard to nomination now, yes.
The frustration has also turned towards the Registrar of Societies, whom they accuse of remaining silent despite repeated complaints and of lifting a previous injunction on the AGM without explanation.
Our pursuit of justice has been met with a wall of administrative silence. We have formally written to the Registrar of Societies, most recently on March 20th and March 30th. Yet we have received neither a response nor a simple acknowledgement of receipt. This silence is particularly alarming given that the registrar had previously placed an injunction on these proceedings following member complaints. If you remember, about 3 years ago, there was an injunction, and this is the first AGM in 3 years. However, that injunction was lifted without any explanation to the congregation regarding the conditions of the lift or the reasons behind it.
The members of the church did not have what we can call public participation. We were just being told these are the persons who will be represented in this committee in case of any conflict of reconciliation in future. How you want to fall, okay? But ideally, the church is a member driven. So anything that needs to be done, either elections or nominations or whatever it is, it's presented to the members in a meeting. Members have the authority to say we want so and so, we have this or we have that or whatever it is. But in this particular situation, members were not given the opportunity to even to participate. Then it's like we're just being told how and what to make a goal, and we have to without being given the process of saying how to say those members, how they choose them, how to elect them or elect them. We were just given names, and we were not given, we were just told, who is nominating and who is seconding and who is this, That is not a fair process. So after that, we were told about the elections committee, which runs, of course, and members are supposed to be given that opportunity to be told we are going to elections for this position A, B, C, D, and E, and members should be normally given the opportunity to give names. Out of those names, we are able to select member A, member B, member C, and D are eligible for this position, and this position, and this position. In two of those positions, two of them, they arrived at two names. One name for each position. So that means members did not have the opportunity to say, for this particular position, we are nominating so and so, so and so, so and so. They just nominated one person for one position, another person for another position. Which then we are told we are going for elections in AGM. Then when you look at it, ideally you have already now, it's like you have already elected somebody unopposed.
So what really happens for us, like any other organization, I believe all churches will stay here. Leader. There's some procedures there's some voting that's provided for to see whether people meet the qualification, the political qualification already for purposes of leadership. So there's a committee that was formed to people nominated, and some thinking was done. I was not in that committee, but I know some people actually turned down those positions. Hello?
Yeah. I can hear you.
Some people turned down the positions, others did not meet. The first qualification is they need to have been a member of the church for at least a period of 5 years. Then there are some other qualifications that the committee looked at before they can clear people to be candidates. So, as I said, I don't sit in that committee, but that committee looked at those things, and some nominees turned down their positions, and some nominees did not meet the criteria or the vetting criteria that had been put in place. But because we anticipated there will be some people might be aggrieved with the nomination process, there was a second stage for aggrieved nominees to lodge an appeal. So there's a committee that was formed called an Appeals Dispute Resolution and Disciplinary Committee, where aggrieved nominees were given an opportunity to lodge their grievances, if any, that they had. Yes, so I know some of the aggrieved nominees had lodged their complaints, but
For the congregants, this is no longer just about elections. It is about principle, faith, and integrity. Their message is clear and urgent. Halt the AGM, fix the process, and restore the trust.
Our demand is very simple. Number one, stop the April 18th AGM. Appoint an independent team to fix our broken policies and structures, as well as see through the necessary transitions that need to take place. Conduct a forensic audit of the Faith Ouko administration throughout their tenure. Let us have a church that reflects the honesty and transparency of Jesus Christ. We will not be silenced. We will not be discouraged. For the Lord our God is with us wherever we go.
As the April 18th deadline approaches, Parklands Baptist Church now finds itself at crossroads caught between crisis and reform, with the congregation calling for a return to the very values it preaches: truth, fairness, and accountability. Martin Masharia, ABN TV, Nairobi.